with 17,000 cases and counting, most of those in China, but I believe we're up to about 11 here in the United States. Here to help tell you whether it's time to be afraid and whether you should go out and get your face mask is one of my favorite medical professionals, Dr. Janette Nesheiwat. She is the medical director at CityMD and a TV medical news analyst. Dr. Janette, thanks so much for joining us.
First time guest on the show. I ring the bell. Thank you.
So what is happening with coronavirus right now? Should people be frightened?
No, you should not be frightened. No, you should not be frightened, but be on alert. Take common sense precautions, basic things to avoid a cold, because most of the coronaviruses just cause common cold symptoms like congestion, headache, runny nose. But these most recent strains can become life-threatening and can cause a pneumonia. But we're seeing most of these severe cases in China, not in the United States. So keep your hands washed and clean. Don't rub your eyes. Don't rub your nose. Stay home if you're sick. Don't travel to China, and if you have been from China to the United States, you're going to be quarantined at the airport for safety so we can limit the spread of this virus. So we shouldn't be afraid, we shouldn't panic, just be on alert and take common sense precautions.
So back in 1745, actually, in Philadelphia, they set up, today's the anniversary where they set up these things called pest houses, where they were quarantining immigrants into America. I think now we're doing that too. Again, it's like history repeats itself in that area. Why do they gotta, why can't they just cut off everyone coming in? Like, just stay over there, leave me alone.
Well, because some of the people coming to America, they're American citizens. Maybe they were on vacation or they were traveling or doing business, so they have a right to come home. So we're just taking preventative measures temporarily, just so that we can avoid the spread, because it's very infectious, contagious virus that spreads from human to human. And so just a temporary quarantine, 14 days, because it takes up to 14 days for symptoms to appear. So just one step in protecting the spread to other people.
I'm not sure where you come down in the conspiracy theory department, but I found it coincidental that right when the Chinese New Year starts and China's going to be shut down for like a month, they shut down all their factories, all of a sudden they're floating out this new virus, this new disease. They want to paralyze the rest of the world, I think. And I did a little research that 20 years ago when the SARS virus came out, coincidentally, it was announced the day before Chinese New Year also. So, maybe there's some Chinese propaganda. They don't tend to care about the deaths of 10,000 people in China. You know what I mean? They're a totalitarian regime.
I think they do care. I don't think they want all these people to die. That's why they're, putting quarantines, not allowing people to leave their country so that it doesn't spread. Look, the flu happens in the winter. Viruses thrive in the cold weather. But, it's just one of those things that one of those types of viruses that the strain mutates. This is not a new virus. It's just a new strain of an existing virus. This is the 7th strain. Most of the strains don't cause any serious complications except for MERS, SARS, and now this novel coronavirus in some people is causing a viral pneumonia, which is putting them in the hospital. But no deaths in the United States, only in China. We have about 11 cases here in the U.S., and we're doing a great job of containing it.
I want you to maybe dispel some social media rumors for me. One of my friends and viewers on the show, I'm friends with her on Facebook, Mary Russo, put up a picture of the back of a Lysol can, and it shows that there is coronavirus H5N in Lysol. So can we spray our bodies with Lysol and be safe from the coronavirus?
So those disinfectants are a great idea to help prevent the spread of viruses. They kill up to 99% of germs. So yes, disinfect, clean your countertops, your phones, light switches, things where it's commonly touched by many people. Those are good ways to help prevent the spread.
And then internet searches have jumped on Google to many people asking the question if the coronavirus is related to Corona beer. There is no relation between those two, right?
Yes, correct. They are unrelated.
Now, we had on Dr. Eric Braverman last week talking to us about protecting your holes, your eyes, your ears, your nose, all this stuff in the flu season. And I asked him about, this age-old theory that you fight a disease with a disease or virus with the virus. So I've been taking a daily dose of this. each day to try to fight off the coronavirus. He said there was some medical certainty that beer could be another way to fight off the coronavirus.
Hey, never say never. But actually, speaking of the coronavirus, there are some vaccines that are in the works. So I'm hoping in a few months, maybe at the end of this year, that there will be a vaccine. Hopefully it won't be too late, but and there are some medications. Some of the pharmaceutical companies in this country, like Gilead, is sending over HIV medicines to China. Those HIV medicines might possibly help treat the coronavirus.
Not this, but you can't see that.
I don't think so.
All right. So maybe you're right, Frank.
Dr. Nesheiwat, I've never seen people so happy as our staff was a couple of days ago when we learned that there may actually be a health benefit to magic mushrooms. Is this actually true? Do magic mushrooms, these so-called psychedelic mushrooms, actually play a role in treating anxiety or depression?
So, Frank, there is now some research that we're seeing, testing that possibly in very small microdoses, patients who suffer from anxiety, PTSD, depression, suicide attempts, those sorts of things, and they're resistant to the traditional medications. Traditional antidepressants, for example, don't work. Then in microdosing, the ingredients in these mushrooms, psilocybin, these sorts of chemicals, could potentially help alleviate their symptoms and give them a better quality of life, improve their mood, improve their behavior, that sort of thing.
Perfect.
But it's still
John's
under
gonna
research.
start
So there is
Still
medical
depression.
certainty that
Not
there are
certainty.
some
No.
positive health effects, both mentally and anxiety, maybe in microdosings in these organic vegetables known as magic mushrooms. And I just want to tell you that I'm not big on doctors and stuff. Like, I do the holistic approach, like sound mind gives me
that's
sound
good.
body, but
Yeah.
I'm starting with a quite unsound mind. But Dr. Braverman did say if you have a few beers before you go to bed, that will help you sleep
He's
better.
wrong.
And if you sleep
He
better,
did not say that.
he said if you sleep better, then you will be more healthy overall if you're getting better sleep. So the beer may have a contributing effect to better sleep.
So getting a good night's sleep, 7 to 9 hours a night for adults, yes, can help you function better, but you don't want to be drinking too much alcohol. No more than 2 in a 24-hour period for men and no more than 1 in a 24-hour period for women, because it can cause heart problems, liver problems, cancers, that's high blood pressure, so you want to be careful with that.
So you would advise against hosting a show called Liquid Lunch and having more than one cocktail per 2 hours.
Correct.
All right, very good. This is why we bring on the money guests, so they can give me the right advice, and I could not listen to it like I do most of the time, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try to do better. Thank you so much, Doc. Really appreciate you coming in. You got to listen to Dr. Janette. Don't listen to Johnny T. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a financial advisor. I just play that stuff on TV. She's the real deal. Next up is Richard DeSico, the CEO of Iconic Brands. And he's the real deal when it comes to bringing internationally recognized brands to the spirits industry. And who better to join us for a liquid lunch right after this?